Canada, apparently they're throwing tariffs on manatee meat and bovine semen, which means The View is very unhappy.
Oh.
Not even that. And The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. Mm-hmm. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and the, was it Bette Midler? What's her name? The broke-ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican, but every show and every break, she was nearly in tears because she was being...
What happens when confidence meets confrontation on live television? It starts like any ordinary talk show moment, calm, controlled, and predictable. But in an instant, everything shifts. One comment sparks a reaction, that reaction fuels a response, and suddenly, the entire narrative spirals into something much bigger. This isn't just about disagreement. It's about perception, power, and public image. And when Whoopi Goldberg found herself at the center of that storm, Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus were already watching, ready to respond in a way no one expected.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Well, not if you're Whoopi Goldberg, AKA Karen Johnson. Yeah, who knew Whoopi was a Karen? I thought that was only for white people, like Toyota Priuses and skiing. Roll it, Francis.
Good morning and welcome to The View. You all saw the news. Whoopi will be back here in 2 weeks. Okay?
It's so cute when one of their side gets punished. They sulk like they ran out of raw cookie dough in the green room.
The moment began on The View, a show known for strong opinions and emotionally charged conversations. Whoopi Goldberg, a long-standing figure at the table, delivered her thoughts with the same authority viewers have come to expect. The audience nodded, applauded, and followed along. On the surface, it seemed routine, just another day of political discussion. But beneath that surface, something was brewing. Because outside the studio, a very different audience was forming, one that wasn't ready to simply agree.
Yeah, ABC suspended Whoopi for 2 weeks because she said the Holocaust had nothing to do with race. She said this on a show called The View, which makes everything about race. Except now.
The Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race.
Ethnicity. No, it's about
a different race. But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man.
Yeah, that's heroically stupid. Even for The View.
Then came the turning point, a statement that instantly divided opinion and reignited past criticism. It wasn't just what was said, it was how it was said and how it was received. For some, it reflected honesty. For others, it crossed a line. Moments like this don't stay contained within a studio. They travel fast, amplified by clips, headlines, and commentary. And within hours, what started as a discussion became a full-blown controversy, pulling in voices from across the media landscape.
So the problem is that you have to go after the racist people. And if the CEO goes, you know what, I'm not going to allow a woman on my show or man that will go after white America and talk about them like dogs. That doesn't represent our ideals or values for anyone. And get rid of those people. And this will clear up real quick. So do you have to actually look in the mirror and clean up your own backyard and get the racist people out? Because that's who you allowed in. You allowed black racist on TV who could just go all day and say anything about white people. And I guess lo and behold, they forgot that there's a lot of people at home, white people at home during the day that are not watching your show anymore. So just clean it up.
Yeah, you know.
That's when Greg Gutfeld stepped in, not with outrage, but with sarcasm. His approach was different. Calm, measured, and layered with humor that cut deeper than shouting ever could. He didn't need to raise his voice or engage in direct confrontation. Instead, he framed the situation in a way that made the contradictions stand out on their own. The audience laughed, but beneath that laughter was something sharper, a critique that landed with precision and stayed with viewers long after the segment ended.
Yesterday on The View, otherwise known as Hell's DMV, Whoopi Goldberg asked how much different are the values of the Trump administration from the Taliban?
We have a leader who has repeatedly demeaned women,
Right.
wants to defund organizations that benefit women, calling on the media to shut up, specifically wants to give preferential treatment based on religion. Are these values really much different than the Taliban's?
Wow. Talk about groundbreaking to actually hear a celebrity say something mean about the Taliban. How dare they compare them to Trump? The Taliban should sue. Guess they ran out of Hitler analogies. So as they bash the president, I'm reminded how entertainers rarely express any rage over any strand of misogynist Islamism. If they did, we might take their rage toward Trump seriously.
Alongside him, Tyrus brought a completely different energy. Where Gutfeld was subtle, Tyrus was direct. His words were blunt, his tone unapologetic. He didn't dance around the issue, he went straight to the point. That combination of humor and raw honesty created a dynamic that resonated with viewers. It wasn't just commentary, it felt like a breakdown, stripping away the layers of performance and exposing the core of the argument in a way that was easy to understand.
Check it out on The View, all right? Talking about Latinos. Watch this, Tyrus.
Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border.
It's
the border
misogyny.
crisis is on their doorstep.
So-
and they were begging people to care about it for years. We
Misogyny
need
and
to take some
sexism.
lessons.
That's what that was.
Misogyny and sexism.
Sure, all that, and the price of butter. Sonny gets the game ball. If it wasn't for her, asking that question, it might have been a closer election.
And then the internet did what it does best. Clips spread rapidly across platforms. Social media lit up with reactions, memes, and debates. Every expression, every pause, every word was analyzed and replayed. What might have been a short segment turned into a viral moment, gaining millions of views and sparking conversations everywhere. In today's digital world, moments like these don't fade. They grow, evolve, and take on a life of their own.
But when oh no, nothing really comes to mind, I was like, cha-ching. Listen, they're bitter, they're angry, they're entitled. They also should be, this should have been a reset for everyone who pushed lies and misinformation for the last, they call them Hitler, they call these things, America rejected them. And instead of coming back and saying, we lied, they instead are now doubling down. So let her keep doing it, because if she keeps that up, we're going to keep getting the Senate and probably the House and the White House, because people see right through your lies. So keep doing what you're doing. Game ball.
At the heart of it all was a clash of styles. Whoopi Goldberg's approach leaned heavily on emotion and conviction, connecting with audiences through passion. Greg Gutfeld, on the other hand, relied on satire and controlled delivery, letting humor reveal deeper points. Tyrus added a layer of blunt realism that cut through both. These contrasting methods didn't just highlight differences in opinion, they revealed entirely different philosophies of communication, each resonating with a different audience.
Sausage maker Johnsonville is recalling more than 42,000 pounds of pork sausage for possible contamination with plastic fibers. Fortunately, authorities were able to track all 42,000 pounds to a single location in New York City.
This wasn't an isolated incident. Over the years, Whoopi Goldberg has faced multiple controversies, each adding to a broader narrative around her public persona. From defending controversial figures like Mel Gibson to making statements that spark debate, these moments have shaped how audiences perceive her. Supporters see consistency in her willingness to speak openly, while critics point to contradictions. Either way, these past events continue to resurface whenever new controversies emerge.
It's not even that. In The View, you don't need to find Trumpers. You need to fire your race baiters.
Yeah.
You need to fire the two races. You've had people. You had a McCain on there. You've had people on there before, and you ran them off. So the racist ones who want to stick to this, Whoopi and Sonny, and was it Bette Midler? What's her name? Yeah, broke-ass Bette Midler. Fire them and bring people in. Maybe you could get McCain to come back. She was a Republican, but every show and every break, she was nearly in tears because she was being attacked.
What's different now is the audience. Viewers today aren't just passive, they're active participants in the conversation. They analyze, compare, and question everything. social media has given everyone a voice, and that voice can amplify or challenge any narrative. As a result, moments like this don't just reflect what's happening on screen, they reveal how audiences are evolving, becoming more critical and less willing to accept statements at face value.
Their brains are small. But who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa? Perhaps it's Sonny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now, The View could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass doesn't shatter.
In the bigger picture, this moment goes beyond individuals. It highlights how modern media operates, how narratives are built, challenged, and reshaped in real time. It shows how different styles of communication compete for attention and influence. And it demonstrates how quickly public opinion can shift when those styles collide. In a world driven by instant reactions, the line between commentary and controversy becomes thinner than ever.
So that makes Sonny Hostin, who thinks climate change caused the solar eclipse, the dumbest of them all. Because everyone knows the moon caused the eclipse, which is controlled by The View's gravitational pull. All right, Kat, did you ever see such a group? It's amazing how Joy and Whoopi became the smart ones.
For me, the most shocking thing about the conversation was how truly boring it was. They're like, well, the cicadas, they're cicadas. Okay, but it was like every 100 years. No, it's every 17 years. Do you know how many Emmys this show had?
In the end, this wasn't about winning or losing an argument. It was about impact. Whoopi Goldberg remains a powerful and influential voice, but moments like this remind us that influence comes with scrutiny. Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus approached the situation differently, using humor and bluntness to challenge the narrative. And when those approaches collided, the result was unforgettable. Because in today's media landscape, every word matters, and every reaction can echo far beyond the moment it was spoken.